crazy bastards. Welcome back to the Kimball compound for the Andre Corbiel show, and a little bit of information rolling in. TNA and Billy Corgan part ways. It's getting dirty, nasty, ugly. Fight Network swoops in to save the day of Impact Wrestling, and TNA looks to be alive for another day or another year, another half a decade. We'll see where it goes. But the company that will not die is going to prevail here and continue on. And in what capacity, who knows? We have a lot of information coming with unhappy people in the company like Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis and some others, and a lot, just so much shit going on with TNA, really dirty, ugly shit. But the company's moving on, continuing, and Billy Corgan, though, left out in the cold. He gave him $1.8 million, and he's supposed to get a little extra or some shit in court. They talked about this, and they were going to repay him immediately. Corgan's done no more, and he really wanted to buy this company and do great things with it and help the talent, actually caring about the talent and the production people. And Dave Lagana just resigned, saying that people were just, they're not appreciated. Some of the hard-working people behind the scenes. So Dave Lagana's gone, Billy Corgan's gone. Who else is going to leave? Who else is going to come in to TNA? I mean, you got people like Cody Rhodes that just came in, Aaron Rex, Damian Sandow. You've got a lot of people that continue to roll into the doors of TNA. They can work elsewhere as well. It seems like that's the way it works with them, but Fight Network, if they're gonna do this, are they just gonna take over? Dixie finally bows out, Fight Network takes over, and that would actually be pretty damn cool. They are already established subscription-based network, so similar to WWE. There you go, boom. It could be a good thing for TNA, but what I wanted was Billy Corgan to actually get a hold of this thing, rebrand it, redo it all, and he actually cares about the talent and do great things. It looks like he has yet to be paid because he's on Twitter letting everyone know a lot of the nitty-gritty, and this is awesome of Billy Corgan, and it's totally unfair. They totally treated him great when he was handing out money. Now it comes to the point where, he wanted the company, they don't want to sell it to him, and they just treat him like shit, and like he was just a nobody. And that's pretty shitty of Dixie Carter and whoever else is involved. So looks like Corgan goes to Twitter and saying that I'm still yet to be paid. Maybe I'll just convert that money into shares. He doesn't need to do that legally in front of a court. He can just do it. And he may even take his 36% shares and take it to a real pro wrestling titan and sell it to him. He's talking about the Titan Towers, WWE, most likely. Or just maybe a little leverage he's trying to wedge in there, saying, listen, he really wants the company. The guy has so much heart and desire for this wrestling thing. You can't deny that. The passion the man has for pro wrestling and what he wants to do with it. So hopefully some way this all figures out. Just Dixie could go away. Billy Corgan can come in and have a nice working relationship with Fight Network. It'd be goddamn awesome for fans, for talent, for the production people, and everyone else involved. And then on top of all this TNA shit going on, all these debt collectors are coming out of the woodwork. I mean, there's even the t-shirt company that hasn't been paid in years, I guess. Why now? All of a sudden, when they finally want their money now? Years? It's been years that you haven't been paid by TNA. But now with all this shit going on, they owe us money. MasterCard, Discover, all these creditors are claiming the debts of TNA, and they have yet to be paid, and everyone's suing. And TNA, Dixie Carter just seems to be smiling, thinking everything's A-okay. What do you guys think? TNA, are we going to continue another year? Just like every year, it seems like there's always never this bad, though. It's never been this dirty. Will we see TNA come middle of 2017 for Slammiversary? Will we see another Bound for Glory? Things that I hope continue. That's just my opinion there. I do believe that Dixie Carter needs to go. She's far tainted this beyond. So it looks like she needs to go. But again, she cares about her company, so you can't take that away either. So hopefully her heart's in the right place for the wrestlers and the talent, and everything sorts itself out. So guys, what do you think of the TNA scuttlebutt here? It sounds like it's messy, and I really hope Billy Corgan somehow does stay with the company, but if not, maybe he's already owned a company of his own before, and then he just let it go. It wasn't that it was on TV or anything, but he still had his own already, so if he wants to do it again, he will. So we'll see what happens. And then moving on to Undertaker's going to be a SmackDown 900, the 900th episode coming up mid-November. Pretty cool. Everyone, there's always rumors of Undertaker. Holy shit, he's got crutches. He's got a blown out hip. He looks old. It's always every year. And it looks like there's possibly rumors of he will work WrestleMania 33, and that will be his retirement match. Who will it be? Who knows? Looks like he's going to be interjected with some major SmackDown storylines, and that's good because SmackDown's rocking right now. SmackDown is the hotter brand, and you can thank James Ellsworth for that. So I'm joking. Anyway, guys, SmackDown, you can't deny it's been much better than Raw. So I totally enjoy it, and I'd like to see the Undertaker. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, it's going to be. So that's pretty damn cool for them people that can get there live. I have a buddy that possibly is going, goddamn jerk. So good for him though. Anyway, Nostalgia X. They're gonna be running out, right? I mean, we got Goldberg. He's back. Who's excited for it? You know what? It's pretty goddamn cool. He's old, obviously. Yeah, he slipped in the ring first time in the ring with Russo there, and it is no human's perfect. But the point is, Goldberg, his entrance is awesome. He captivates the audience. Yes, it's nostalgia that would wear off if he continued wrestling week after week after week. So, yeah, it does happen, but he's looks to be only coming in for one and done, and probably going in the Hall of Fame. That makes the most sense. Maybe he stays around longer and has another match. Maybe he wants to do a WrestleMania before he leaves. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. But I don't think he's winning against the monster, the beast, Brock Lesnar. So, but that would set up 1-1. Then they could break the tie, the rubber match at WrestleMania. That's a possibility too, where they both look strong in this, but you know, Lesnar goes over, but then Goldberg says, listen here, I got the first one, you got the second, let's settle this at WrestleMania, and it just build from there. Because really, Lesnar doesn't just set up feuds pay-per-view after pay-per-view. He goes a few months. Sometimes he does, 2, 3, but the point is that would set up an awesome story arc, really. So, what do you guys think of Goldberg being back with WWE, or even in the professional wrestling ring, and he's going to take on the Beast, Brock Lesnar? I like I said, his entrance. Give him the mic. It just brings you back to the day. And how come that these older acts that, you know, maybe it was because it was when I was growing up, and I really dug that wrestling, where today I don't see anybody doing that. Say they left and came back in 10 years, that the fans would be like, wow, totally into it. I just don't see it happening. It's just not the same anymore. And I hope that we can get to that point where it can be like that again, because shows back in 98, 99, I remember just like every show was a big ass event. It felt like a pay-per-view. Now it's just like these scripted things. You know what is going to happen. We're going to come out and have a talking segment. We're going to start with a match, but go to a commercial right in the middle of that match, and then come back, and sometimes go to a second commercial, and then we're going to have a backstage segment, and then, you know, it's the same thing every goddamn Monday, where back in the day, you knew you were going to have backstage segments, you knew you were going to have wrestling, you knew you were going to have whatever, but it was never in the same exact order. And it wasn't like, oh, 9 o'clock hour's coming, so you're gonna have this one major thing happen. Like, yeah, it's set up, you know, for advertisers, money, the networks. You know, you're trying to set things up where you're gonna get your viewers to stay locked on. So I understand that, but just was totally different back then. So, I don't know, guys. Goldberg, Lesnar, let me know if you're excited. Comment down below. I can't wait for it. I don't think Goldberg will win this. Lesnar's going to come out the beast that he is, and should be a pretty goddamn cool match. Maybe. I did see Goldberg last summer, a year and a half ago. He went to Global Force Wrestling, came in, took out Luke Gallows, and so we'll see. Yeah, it was just a quick little thing. So to say that was the first time in a ring in 12 years was sort of bullshit. So, because he did actually come in and get physical, backing Rob Van Dam. I actually have that video. I'll link it over here, okay? And or over here. Anyway, guys, awesome. Hopefully TNA figures shit out, moves on. Goldberg has a great match. Lesnar looks like a monster. Paul Heyman is always cool. And Undertaker, good health, awesome. I'll catch you guys next week.
To be buried beneath that sacred ground. I'll see you down the road.